Hello and good morning, everybody. This is Catherine Perry. I'm your host for the Daily One Command. I'm so happy that you joined me. If you are watching this live, particularly by Facebook or Instagram, be sure and like the StreamYard app. That gives permission for me to see your comments, and I definitely want to see your comments and questions and reactions to the things that we have going on. Okay. If you are watching this by YouTube live, then and you type in your comments, I should be able to see those. Okay. If you are watching this by replay, please be sure and hit hashtag replay. So, and whatever your question or your comment is, because one, you're those things matter to me, but two, I want to be able to respond to you if you've got a question or you had a breakthrough or a new understanding. I definitely want to know about that. So let's get right into today's one command. Today's one command sessions for releasing any limiting beliefs or limitations that block our abundance. Now, if you have been with me starting this week on Monday, this is the week leading up to the full moon on April 16th. And what the full moon is about is releasing all of those blocks, those limitations, everything that is in our way so that we can fulfill our our manifestations, our desires, and so that we can move forward. It also is about um, we've got to face whatever those tricky beliefs are and the ways we've been manipulating ourselves. And this is the perfect time to be looking at um, ways that we are stopping ourselves. And right now, really, what's up is looking at those family belief systems and everything that we've just accepted. Sometimes there's things that we've been conditioned to accept. A lot of times there's decisions that we make that we didn't realize we made at the time. It was just a thought, and that thought kind of took hold. And then sometimes we're in situations and there's such a big emotional reaction that we can accidentally get just accept. What the way I see it, it's almost like an idea hooks in and takes hold in our subconscious mind, and we have to be vigilant. And how can we identify these limiting beliefs? Well, we're going to talk a little bit about that. And then how can we clear them? And how can we make sure we stay clear? And how can we do it in a way that we aren't always, examining our belly button, as they say? It's called navel gazing, right? Just all this, deep introspection, and we're not really doing anything. We're not taking action on our revelation. And I do think that there's definitely time for introspection. There's times that we have to really go into that deep introspection and just spend some times with ourselves, particularly, excuse me, I just bumped the camera, particularly for a lot of us that are dealing with trauma, if you're dealing with burnout, overwhelm. I mean, there's been a lot going on, or if you are having to rebuild your health or any part of, your life. There's your health, your wealth, your relationships, and your spiritual connection. And sometimes we do have to spend time examining that. And there's no rushing it, but what I have found is that if we are present to it and allowing it, and we allow ourselves to go into the observer and really look at, one, the facts, and two, look at the situation from different perspectives. And this is a really important skill, because if we are looking at it only through our lens of reality, how are we going to get the learning? But also, if we're looking at whatever we're experiencing, a situation, our growth through the lens of the old wounded self, how are we ever going to step into our mastery? So what do? We have to be able to move our kind of ourselves around in consciousness. Back when I was first learning how to, you know, do energy healing, my first energy healing class was, we went into really learning how to connect with ourselves, tune into our own feeling body, and then what one of the exercises was is we kind of sent our consciousness. So we would into different parts of the room. We would imagine that we were observing ourselves from one corner of the room, or that we were observing ourselves from above the room, or from another part of the building. And then we started practicing with observing different things, and we kind of started learning remote viewing. It was just an incredible class. And I still take a lot of those lessons with me today. And that learning was so valuable when I was learning how to really disengage from my ordinary thinking and go into my higher levels of consciousness through the 6 steps of the one command process, because I had to know how to look from different perspectives, and I had to be able to use the power of my imagination. Now, this matters in knowing how to use your imagination, because really our memory and our imagination are very closely tied together. Okay. And you have probably heard this, but our memory is just a memory of a memory before. And every time we pull up a situation, we're remembering, actually tuning in to the last time we remembered something. And we're tuning in to those old emotions, those old beliefs, and we're reaffirming. And if you're just doing that and you're not really growing and you're not taking the lesson from it, that memory, that feeling is going to stay unprocessed in your body. Okay. Now, this is a lot for 9 a.m. I understand, but this is really important stuff. And a lot of times we make it too difficult to make the shift. So let's look at what we're doing today and the lens that we're going to be looking through this. As this week we are looking at all moon images, and I just loved this one. Good morning, Jody. Good morning, Lauren. Thanks for joining today. So here's the lens. I am free of limiting beliefs. Although my parents and society impressed their beliefs on me as a child, I have the final say over what I believe as an adult. The only beliefs that I entertain are those that are self-nurturing. I'm going to leave that up for a moment, or you could pause and on the replay if you really want to write this down and really be reflecting this. Like, what a powerful idea to claim that I am free. And we're saying of limiting beliefs. But what if we were just in that state of freedom, that your I am, your greater intelligence, was free to express and be an agent for your good in your life, that is what you were acting from in your free agency as an I am creator. Wow, what an amazing idea. And here's the second one, and I highlighted this. The only beliefs that I entertain are those that are self-nurturing. And I wrote this, I'm going to confess, I wrote this. I went to bed. I'm really spending a lot of time at night focusing. And I am very concerned about some world events that are going on and some news that's coming out. And I'm doing a lot of prayer and sending energy to that. But I have to be able to do it. And I want to advise you to do this too. I really have to do it from my higher level of consciousness and do it in a way, yeah, I can feel I love, but I've really got to do it. Otherwise, I'm going to hook in emotionally to all that negativity. And it's going to wind up affecting my vibration. And if I'm going to be any help, I've got to be in the higher vibration. And so last night I said, okay, I'm not going to look at anything on any of the news or anything. I'm going to focus on some other things. But guess what? I'd already seen some things during the day, and my subconscious mind was processing it. And I had to not make myself wrong. Don't you make yourself wrong. I observed, wow, my subconscious mind is processing it. And then I said, I wonder how this is going to be nurturing and empowering for me. Now, I want to invite you to look at that model and think about what I just said. You may have a family situation. There's situations going on in our politics and things going on in our communities and things, there's a lot of changes going on. And there's a big awakening on the planet, right? And it is really easy to tap into the collective anger and your own anger and your sense of powerlessness. And so when you notice that you're doing that, you've got to keep the energy moving. And that's why, hey, I wonder how this is going to, you know, add to my ability to nurture myself. I wonder how this is going to empower me. And then that way, what that does is it stops you from looping, but it directs your subconscious mind to going, well, I wonder what ways this is going to empower you. I wonder what this is going to awaken and activate in you. Do you see what we're doing there? So, right now, before we do commands, I want you to think about a situation that you're kind of frustrated about and it's going on and on in your mind. And it could be something in the politics, something in your family, it could be something in your business or work, whatever that is that you're sensing outside of yourself and you're feeling powerless and but it's creating a tension in you. Be aware of the tension, be aware of the feeling. What did we say yesterday? My awareness of my upset is not upset. Remember that? My awareness of my upset isn't upset. So that's how we can first detach. Now, if you haven't had a chance to look at the other two videos for this week, be sure and take a look at those. And they're all about releasing. Okay. So we're in our awareness. Now we go into wonder. I wonder how this is going to add to my ability to nurture myself. And they feel like two completely different situations. I wonder how this is going to, let me say, increase my ability to nurture myself. Because that's an important question, because very often we feel like we can't relax, we can't take care of ourselves, we can't rest, we can't be in our power because we don't have the ability to take care of ourselves. That's why we're actually afraid, because something we see in that situation is tripping a signal from our limiting beliefs, our limiting self that says, if this happens, I won't be safe. If this happens and this situation doesn't change, I won't be free. Could even be, if something happens and this doesn't get resolved, I won't be loved. And that's some deep childhood issues. Now, that's probably enough. If this, I hopefully, let me know by a thumbs up if this gives you some tools for new awareness. Okay? Just let me know. In the 6 steps of the one command, and what I teach in my practice and in our Commanding Wealth seminar, we take people through an examination of what were you told about money by your mom, by your dad, by school. What did the family say? What did religion say? When you started going out in the world, what messages did you start to get? And it wasn't always a direct, like, listen, child, the golden rule is around here. He who has the gold makes the rules kind of thing. But we see a lot of times through our parents' behaviors. And we get these, and the kid up to about the age 6 or 7 somehow thinks that that's their fault. So if mom and dad come home and they're both exhausted, and mom's like, we've got these bills, what are we going to do? We got to take care of stuff. The kids need shoes. And dad's like, rah, rah, rah. Get off my back, woman. You always just want money all the time, right? Well, the kid's going to go, oh my gosh, this is my fault. It feels bad. If the kid feels bad, they believe that they are bad. Okay. And somehow you could be carrying that along. And so we got the message that getting money's hard and you have to fight for what you want. And money's a struggle and money's more important than family. We get all these messages. And the kid just makes these little decisions, and they may not even be conscious that they're making that decision. They just want to try to make sure that they don't cause upset or problems. Or they're going to be the one that say, hey, if there's a fight, I'm going to be the one to fight. Okay, so this is how this stuff gets set in. How else can you identify a limiting belief? And this is the simplest way. Think of something that you really want to do, or maybe a big need in your life. And say, I want to do this. It would be awesome. I want to do, and say the thing, I want to buy a house. It would be amazing because, and list the reasons. Oh yeah, I'd love this. How many people heard, but the housing market, but the money, but my ability, but I'm not making enough money. I can't do it by myself. Everything that comes after the word but is your limiting belief. Now, you could tune into the emotion. You could spend some time in really examining where that came from. But what if we just changed it? What if you just met it in the moment and went, that's not true. I choose for that not to be true right now. And because you are the creator. You're the creator. And this is like an objection coming up from your subconscious mind. It is not true. It is something from the past. It's the memory of a memory of a memory. And what is the greater truth that you're going to attune yourself to and live from? I want a house. It would be amazing because then I could have a home that's my very own. I could decorate it exactly the way I want. It'll be a place that's nurturing and sustains me. And it's a reflection of everything that I think is beautiful. It'd be a place that I could bring friends and family. I'm remembering back the first time I got a house, and it was like, wow, I intentionally got this house so that I could have classes. And it's like, oh, it's going to be amazing because I could just see my classes there. And I absolutely knew that I was going to be able to pay for this house. And then every once in a while, an objection would float up, right? And go, but what if? And I go, oh, I don't know how. But what if? I don't know how. And so we would just start meeting those objections or concerns with, we're going to interrupt it. You want to stop it immediately. You do not allow that thought to continue. Okay? When we do the I don't know how, and we go through the 6 steps of the one command, we're disengaging all of the neurological connections. It's amazing what happens. But all the family programming, everything just goes on pause to open yourself up for a new idea. Just like when we said, wow, there's all this turmoil going on. I wonder how this is going to add to my ability to self-nurture. So think about what you want to manifest. And how about this? Let's form a one command around, I don't know how I have beliefs. I don't know how the beliefs I entertain are self-nurturing. I don't know how I am free to create a whole new belief system that is supporting and self-nurturing. I only know my beliefs support my success now. Woo! How powerful is that? Now, if you go, Catherine, wait, I want to be sure. And how did you word that? How did you come up with that? Well, I met a new idea, and I grabbed a hold of it, and I started just speaking. And if you notice, I kept talking until something clicked. And that's how you do a one command. You start building on it. And sometimes in just saying that command out loud and practicing, you're going to start noticing a change. You're going to start noticing something lighting up and rising up in you to meet that goes, yes, that. And when you feel that energy, you ride that wave, baby. And then when you really want to get this locked in, that's when you go ahead and you close your eyes and you go through the 6-step process. Okay? You can do that as you're meeting that wave going up and you want to expand it to something even greater. But remember yesterday, if you didn't get to see the video again, please be sure and do this. And I taught the awareness when we said, oh, wow, I'm really aware of this limiting belief. I want, I know I need a house. I want a house. It's time for a house. Something in my spirit keeps saying it, but, right? But, and all those things. And you could literally do a command said, I don't know how to have a new belief about this situation. I don't know how to have new memories that support my new belief. I don't know how I can catch and hold on to a new vision that supports that belief that I can grow into and fulfill. So notice how we're meeting it both ways. And you just go ahead and admit, I don't even know how to think about this. Right? I don't even know how to believe this would ever be possible. I only know I have a new belief system that supports and nurtures me now. What about those pesky people that you're in relationship that are causing problems? You can have a limiting belief about that situation too. Are there problematic people? Yes. Narcissists, that's what we're all talking about. And all those people that are that you're meeting in your pain body to their pain body, and it's creating more pain, right? Well, I don't know how I have a new belief about what's possible in this relationship. I don't know how to transform this relationship because it only takes one person. And the ego goes, don't give in. You're the one who has to do everything. Hey, you're the one who's thinking about it. So I guess it's your job. Do you want to continue that old way of thinking? You can if you want to. No one says you have to change a thing. No one's making you. I am not telling you to. And in fact, just because you can transform the way you think about it and get the learning from your past relationships does not mean you have to invite those people back into your life or have anything to do with them. I had to really learn about that with my birth father, who left a trail of destruction in his life, but I had to heal because I needed to heal. And I needed to create for me a good, loving dad so that I could, in my mind and emotion and through my memories, so that I could take advantage of new dad programming, which is our ability to take action out in the world and our reputation and our authority. Yeah, I wanted a powerful, loving, nurturing dad who protected and sheltered me. And I have the right to that. So do you. But I can fire that person that first got the job, right? And I don't know how all of that past experience benefits me now. I only know all my thoughts, all my beliefs, all of my experiences, right? Everything I've experienced up until now are supporting my future success because I am free. Woo! Woo! Okay, so we could command to clear. Hello, Mr. David. And we can do this, but guess what? What if we just commanded that freedom and commanded to have a new belief system that is supportive and nurturing? Let's command for that today. Now, you may have some particular, Jody's like, oh no, I'm changing everything. Okay, I got you. think I changed. There's a expression that says when a man goes into the river and comes out of the river, he is not the same man that went into the river, and the river is not the same either. And I think that that's what's happening today. We're not the same people that entered this broadcast together. And I know I'm not the same, neither are you. And we're creating a whole new field of potential around us. Okay, let's go for it. Let's go for the 6 steps of the one command. All right. So, do you know what you're commanding for? I know you have a particular need, you have something that you're believing for, and you've been saying, I want this, it would be wonderful because, and you really want it, and then you've got this but, right? Think about that but. I love Jen Miller. She had an expression that said, if you're going to have a big butt, have a great big butt, make sure it serves you. Okay. But just tune into that limiting belief that you have about your circumstances, about what's possible. Don't judge it, just notice it, be aware of it. And we're going to do our command, and I want you to come back and check on it after, okay? So I want to invite you to just close your eyes, tune in, be present to your own body, and ground. And picture, visualize, or imagine that you're like a tree and you have long roots going down, down, down into the earth, connecting into the creative life force energy of the earth. All that beautiful, nurturing energy. And just allow yourself to shift into an awareness of that energy coming up into your body to support you, up into your ankles, your knees, your hips, up your spine, into your shoulder. Oh, that neck. Yeah, let's let that neck get that supportive energy. Shoulders down to your elbows, and your hands all the way to the tip of your fingers, all the way to the top of your head. Just breathe into that invisible support. And bringing your attention to your heart as you align to your purpose. Your purpose today is I am free. That's what we're aligning to. That great I am. I am free. Neville Goddard said the 5 most powerful words are I am that I am. I am that I am. Disconnect to that master in you, and the master in you, and the master in me. I greet you, and in this space, let there only be love between us. I'm being told to give you an extra step right now. So, as we're in this alignment and we're in this heart expansion, right now, that everything that is not this, everything that is not love, that is not you, just allow it to release and dissolve right now. You could feel like someone's got their hooks in you. You may have some karma cords. There could be some beliefs that you accepted. There could be some emotions that you're processing that aren't even your own. You could be the family processor. This is your notice. You no longer have that job. You're officially, lovingly fired from that position right now. So right now we're just going to let the light do the work. And everything that is not you or yours to release dissolve, and get resolved. Remember to breathe. Beautiful. You are doing great. With your eyes closed, I just want to invite you to become aware of your connection to Source. Very often, it is represented as a pole of light that's coming right down through the top of your head. It goes right down through your body. It goes all the way to the center of the earth. And just become aware of the creative life force energy of the earth, your own powerful I amness, and this spiritual life force energy all meeting within you. Very slightly lift your chin up. Remember to breathe. Eyes closed. Roll your eyes up as if you're trying to look up through the top of your head and just send your consciousness up that pole of light. And as you're sending your consciousness up and you're going up out into the universe, soon you find yourself surrounded by the velvety black void of space at the edge of the known universe. And break through that darkness into the light of pure, open potential. And we're going to state the one command. I don't know how I am free to create new beliefs that are nurturing, supportive, and sustaining. I only know I am creating a powerful and empowering belief system now, and I am fulfilled. And just let that go. Let that release to an idea even greater that serves more good in its fulfillment. And eyes back up. And I don't know how. I have a supernatural ability to have a new level of awareness of my belief system and the courage to transform it. I only know I am now operating in the fullness of my abilities, natural and supernatural, conscious and unconscious now, and I am fulfilled. And we're going to let that go. And I don't know how. I am seeing myself and my relationships and my circumstances from my greater state of being. I only know I am now, and I am fulfilled. And we're just going to let all that go. Let your expansion, your consciousness just start to expand. Let your eyes relax. Breathe. Kind of move your body as your consciousness is just expanding. And just, I want to invite you to become aware, because right now, even in your own being, you may start noticing an expansion, this new space within. And now just witness this new information like a direct download from Source. Everything that you need to come in, support you in as the great I am. And now just start receiving in gratitude those new programs, those new thoughts, that greater awareness. And I'm just going to say it. I'm just seeing it coming in, but it's almost like a whole new operating system is coming in. A new blueprint is coming in for you. And I have to laugh sometimes at how things are represented in the subconscious mind, but it's almost like I'm seeing this big shipment that's kind of helping you to upgrade your whole system. So there's a whole new set of tools to support you. There we go. Breathe into that. And just as this is coming in, what's going to happen is you're going to notice things are unwinding, and new state of being is rewinding. What's happening? This is to release and integrate. this new, everything to support this new state of being. Now, tune in to what it is that you wanted to attract, create, or manifest, something specific. What do you know now that you didn't know before? What do we say? We say always be sure and make notes. That's why we have the journal sheets available for you in the description. And as you start getting awareness and you have this idea, it's like, I want this house. I'm gonna take action. Go for it. You get an inspiration or idea, you go for it. Well, my love, was this valuable today? Was this helpful? Do you have any questions or anything I can clarify for you? If so, be sure and put it in the comments. And if you're watching this by replay, remember you're going to write hashtag replay and then state your question. Your questions and comments really help the algorithm too, so that uh, YouTube and Facebook know that this is valuable content. So be sure and like the videos and make comments wherever you can. I would definitely appreciate that. So, my love, I witness your greatness. You go have a fantastic week. And until next time, this is Catherine Perry, the Big Vision Coach, and I'm Witness Your Mastery. Bye bye, everybody.